I'm Tori Seal. As you might know, within the human race are 5 basic senses: your sight, hearing, smell, taste, and your touch. The 2 most heavily relied on senses, the one we use most every single day, are sight and hearing. Now, imagine a life without these. How could you ever monitor and observe your surroundings if you couldn't see them? How would you ever conversate with your friends if you couldn't hear them? Today, you learn how it's possible to do so and thrive. The condition in which a person is both deaf and blind is known as deafblindness. These people, in order to see, have learned how to read Braille, and in order to hear, deafblind people must learn to listen to alerting vibrations or the spelling of words in the palm, because they can't see to use sign language. And while modern technology has created aids which help make living more accessible to these people, it's not always been available. It wasn't for Helen Keller. Helen Keller took a life viewed as unworthy of living and turned it into history. Miss Keller overcame disability, became an amazing scholar, and a true radical of her time. But to understand her deafblindness, you must first understand how she overcame this disability as a child. According to biographical author Kara Stevenson, Miss Keller was not always disabled. She was rather a healthy child who developed at a fast rate. She only became disabled after a severe case of scarlet fever affected her as a child. Now, according to From Darkness and Silence by Donna Feeney, at age 6, Helen Keller was introduced into Anne Sullivan at the Perkins Institute for the Blind. This woman became her live-in teacher, and she truly changed her life. Miss Anne Sullivan taught Helen Keller to do the impossible, but to do so, she had to use methods of odd. For example, she would often introduce Helen to an object and then spell out the word in the palm of her hand. On one certain occasion, she dumped water on this little girl and then grabbed her hand and spelled out water in her palm. While unusual, these methods worked. Within 6 months, Helen had learned the entire manual alphabet and how to read Braille. With me today, I have an example of the Braille alphabet. Braille is essentially raised bumps that are presented in a pattern to represent a letter. Now, each colored dot would represent a raised bump in actual Braille writing. You see how A is just 1 letter, B is the 2. That's how it goes. Now, this early success paved the road to her scholastic ability. According to From Darkness and Silence by Donna Feeney, Helen Keller was the first deafblind person to ever earn a college degree. But to do so, she had to go through years of schooling. At this time, it was unconventional for a woman to attend college, and to do so, it was hard. So in order to be able to attend college, she had to attend years of prestigious schooling. She had to be viewed as Lady of Scholar in class. But Helen would not let this standard stop her from achieving her Harvard dreams. And while she could not attend the central Harvard campus, she enrolled in Radcliffe College, the feminine annex. There, she studied linguistics. She learned how to speak French, Greek, German, and Latin. And before she even graduated, she had already become an esteemed author through her publishing of her first book, The Story of My Life, an autobiography. Now, after this first book and her college degree, Helen went on to become a journalist and a continued author. Due to her outstanding knowledge of the world, Helen saw controversy all around her and could not help but get involved. According to Time.com, Helen became a true radical and philanthropist of her time. During this time, it was a time of war, traditional family views, and racism. But Helen Keller was an advocate for anti-war, birth control, and a member of the NAACP. This outstanding woman even helped co-found the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union. This is an organization that helps bring justice to everyone in the highest degree. Her entire life, she had been viewed as a minority, someone who was pitied and looked down upon, and she despised this. So she did everything in her power to help people overcome that, so that they could not be looked down upon for what they could not help. And while most of the organizations she was a part of were viewed as blasphemous as the people surrounding her, no one could deny the true colors of her philanthropy through her help of the American Federation of the Blind. She was aiding people just like herself. Everything she did might have been controversial, but she did it out of the goodness of her heart, with the best intentions of helping minorities just like her. It can be safely assumed that Helen Keller would not let anything interfere with her determination. She was cursed with a disability and a life that no one would ever dream of wanting or having. But she turned it into history, a life of fame enviable by all. She set an example for others and established admiration for her name. So never say that something cannot be accomplished, because with the right determination, everything is possible. Thank you.